Okay, so the early days were not easy. The idea was new, and there was resistance. There were many barriers to tear down, many minds to change, but Karen's passion was contagious, and the congregation grew excited. The first IHN was born. The others soon followed. For 11 years, I worked with Karen, who has been the guiding light of the organization. In those years, I saw her creativity, her tenacity, and above all, her compassion for those in need, the homelessness, the poor. I watched as National Interfaith Hospitality Network became Family Promise, and as the IHN program was joined by programs in mentoring, social justice, and community initiative. Karen's vision was boundless, and through these programs, lives have been changed. I am now retired, but still serve as a volunteer in this wonderful effort. I will always be in debt to Karen for helping to teach me that we do such things not just for the homeless, but for ourselves and for what we believe.
So as we all know, one morning on our way to a meeting, Karen met a woman who was homeless on a street corner, and I decided to get her a sandwich, but there was much more than a sandwich. It was a moment to be heard, to be comforted, to be considered more than a mere statistic on a cold street corner. After that first sandwich, Karen started distributing more sandwiches to homeless New Yorkers, and then when she learned that there were many homeless families close to home who were being turned away from shelters, her journey began. In 1983, she attended a meeting of Governor Tom Kaine's task force on homelessness and learned that families were the fastest growing category of people experiencing homelessness. Karen found there were 2 shelters in Union County, and they were turning away families because they didn't have room. It was then she wondered whether the religious community could do something. And in 1985, she convened a meeting of 200 local religious leaders. Shortly after that, they began meeting regularly. In October of 1986, 11 congregations opened their doors and became that first interfaith hospitality network. 5 years later, there were 14 affiliates in 5 states. It quickly became apparent that the energy and drive to pursue Karen's vision was in motion. The number of new affiliates nearly doubling, 26 more, the following 5 years. 1992, Karen received the President's Point of Light Award for being one of the top 20 volunteer agencies in the country. Karen was invited to the White House for dinner to meet the President and his wife, and afterwards, she kicked up her heels with Michael Jackson, who also attended the dinner. That's what we'd like to think, at least. So, Family Promise became a movement, gaining momentum until there were 70 affiliates by the beginning of the new decade, and needing office space to accommodate a group of talented, passionate professionals, got our new headquarters. As the Family Promise family grew, Karen was well on her way to becoming an extraordinary person, becoming one of 20 individuals that were celebrated in John Kasich's book, Courage is Contagious. So if you didn't like that we had a Democratic Congresswoman, just think of John Kasich. And all the while, Karen received numerous letters of recognition from some very notable groups and people. Congratulation letters from Congressman Matthew Rinaldo, Rabbi Charles Kroloff, from people like Frank Lautenberg and Jim Florio. And I'm going to read a quick excerpt from one of the letters from one of the first congregations. Over the past 4 years, we have learned that homelessness is a complex problem in our society and affects a cross-section of our population. As a result of this program, members have had stereotypes shattered and have learned to think of those experiencing the loss of shelter as persons instead of nameless statistics. We're thankful for the opportunity to join in service, but recognize that we dare not tire in our efforts to find more permanent solutions. So there's one other letter that we wanted to share. Karen, turn to your right. It's a letter from the President of the United States for Karen Olson. And since he's not running again, we know it's not for an endorsement. Okay, I'll read it. Hang on, I can't see it either. Okay. We're going to send this out to all the affiliates as well, but I am pleased to join your family, friends, and colleagues in congratulating you on your retirement. Your hard work and dedication have helped fulfill important obligations to your community and our nation, and it is my privilege to join in celebrating your career. The commitment to service you have shown in giving yourself to lift up others reflects the fundamental American beliefs that our destiny is shared and we all do better when we look out for one another. I thank you for all you have done, and I wish you all the best for the years ahead. Sincerely, Barack Obama. But I think the most notable endorsements come from the families. And this next letter comes from a former guest who is now serving as the executive director for Family Promise of Bryan County in Georgia that will be opening its doors soon.
Miss Karen, you've been a true role model in my life. Family Promise has given me a second chance in life. I want to say thank you on behalf of my family and myself. And because of you, I'm able to give back to those that are in need. I will always love you and this organization. Thank you. You are my shining angel, always.
Candace was in the program in the early 1990s. Well, so in Karen's retirement, she's taken up some interesting activities, one of which really is water skiing. No. We were told we could not show that picture. But no, Karen has been traveling. She's a painter. And of course, she's been traveling for pleasure, but she's been traveling out to affiliates. She's visited a number of affiliates in Montana. She visited the 200th affiliate in Shenandoah County, Virginia. And you know, it is absolutely wonderful because I am so lucky that I get to have this incredible, like, atomic weapon, you know, that I can deploy that just is, you know, able to be an ambassador for this program all across the country and an advocate for children and families who are experiencing homelessness. Okay. Paula, where am I? I got off script. What slide is this? 20? Okay. It hasn't been a walk in the park, but Karen followed her heart and made a difference.
Your vision and guidance were the catalyst which led to the transition I made from educator and part-time van driver to your successor as director of the Interfaith Council for the Homeless of Union County, the first family promise you founded in 1986. Your belief that caring communities of faith can make a difference for homeless families is now a reality throughout the United States. You're an inspiration to us all. Your influence and commitment to help those in need has made the world a better place. Congratulations, and job well done.
And if you've been with Family Promise more than 10 years, you're going to know this line. That's me. I'm a van driver. That's Barbara. So her posse is steadfast and will always continue to clear the way to pursue the promise of helping families in need become self-sufficient. Don't mess with us. All right, so here's where I'm supposed to say a few words, and counter to type, I'm actually going to say a few words, very few. And that is, thank you, Karen, for changing so many lives, and personally, for changing my life profoundly. It is an incredible honor and pleasure to be the president of this organization, to put my tiny feet in your big footsteps, and try to carry forth what you do. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you.
You're going to give me a kiss,
thank
because that's
you.
what you do.